can make a difference.
Start your day right with Ways Breakfast, because when the youth speak, the world listens.
Ways Breakfast, weekdays at 8 a.m. live on Upgrade TV.
My name is Olaban Ralph Obioha. We offer you a wonderful shopping experience when you come to Olario Furniture. It's safe for you to park here. We have a lot of parking space. It's relaxing. It's peaceful when you come here. And we have all the products that you need. We have the expertise that you need for your interior design process. Just come. This is a one-stop shop for you to design your project, whether hospitality, commercial, or residential. You are at the right place when you come in. We solve all your problems that you have.
One of our major problems as Nigerians is we the Nigerians. So the fact that we don't care or love ourselves, we don't care or love our country, we have no loyalty to anyone. We always, and when we have issues in Nigeria, when issues come up, we throw the religious and ethnic, cards to suit our personal and selfish desires. When it comes to election, you are my brother. But when I get into government and I'm eating, I don't try to bring you who is educated and fit for the position, but rather I'll give it to someone who will give me a cut. So we do all these things for selfish desires. And that is how we've gotten to where we are. Because if you are not able to be honest and have high morals and integrity, when it gets to the point of also, when you have stained your hands, it now becomes almost impossible for you to be the same person who will sit on that seat and be part of a committee that they will put together to persecute someone because your hands are dirty.
Glad to have you back here. Stay on to Ways Breakfast. In case you're just joining us, you've not missed too much, although you've missed a bit. But then today we're going to be talking about how to stay relevant as a content creator. In a world where content is king and consumers have fleeting attention spaces, staying relevant as a content creator can feel like a daunting challenge. I mean, with the mass availability and pervasiveness of media content today, consumers have a myriad of options at their fingertips, oftentimes spending only moments on each piece. So how do content creators capture and maintain the attention of their sparse and endless content choices? Joining us to discuss this is Olalekan Owolabi, popularly known as Goroso Ekiti. He is a TV host, entertainer, MC, content creator, and an advocate for indigenous languages and culture. Let's watch one or two of his clips so we can know who we are bringing in this morning.
Lolo mani ki mama mari ni last year. Ki la ba ma jẹ báyìí. Ibo la ba ma gbé gan. Mi rò bóyá mo lè marry o pẹ̀lú bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ yìí. Mi rò bóyá mo lè marry at all. Because niggas got no shishi for account. In fact, nigga don't know what nigga gonna do. Niggas going crazy, man. Hello, Damilola. mo ní feelings gidi fún ẹ tẹ́lẹ̀ àfìgbà tí mo rí ẹ níbi tó ti ń jà torí jollof rice. Ebi wá mú ẹ gbàgbé stays and composure ẹ. Red flag nìyẹn fún mi o. Goodbye. No steez, no tea. Máa jà torí jollof rice. Swear.
So this is our guest this morning. I mean, if you're active on the social media space, you will know who Goruso Ekiti is. It's not only, I think right about now, we're supposed to add voiceover artist to his bio because his voiceover has been used a lot of times for food content creators. I've seen it, Jobami, Budiasi, and all of that. When it comes to indigenous content creating, it's very good at that. Good morning to you. Glad to have you on the show.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Very well. And you? How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. So I'd like to talk about your journey as a content creator. Yeah, she just popped up in our face one time and we started to see more of you and more of you and more of you. So what inspired you to start creating content? I mean, what came to your mind? Did you just sleep and wake up one morning and say, okay, content creating is the way, because you are learned, you're educated, you have a degree. In fact, you finished 7. So what happened? Because if you grew up in Lagos, we would have said, okay, maybe it's the Lagos state pressure. You didn't grow up in Lagos, you grew up in Ado Ekiti. So how did it happen?
So it all started when I was in 400 level in school. You know, I used to watch all these content creators. Someone like Lasisi Elenu. So with that Snapchat filter, it's so funny. Though I've been bearing this name Goruso from secondary school days. Then I used to, you know, I'm a jovial person. So whenever we are doing all these extracurriculum activities in school, they will just, Goruso, please come out and make us laugh. Just say 1 or 2 things. So I've been in this game for a very long time. So it all started when I was in 400 level. This content creating, this skit making. So that day I was in front of the class. So something happened. I now took the Snapchat filter. I said some things. So I now posted it on my WhatsApp. Then I don't even have an Instagram page or Facebook page. So when I posted that video, people really liked it. They were like, who is this guy again? Who is this guy that is using Ekiti dialect to make comedy skits? So people really took it serious. So someone traced that video to the original owner, which is me, original creator rather. So the person advised me to create Instagram page, TikTok and Facebook page, Twitter for myself, and create a name for myself and start posting my skits on them. So from sorry, can you still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you very well.
So I create my content from reality, some from imagination. Most of my comedy skits, they are from reality. Things that happen around us or some things that I go through sometimes. So I'll just make something funny from it.
Okay, so
that's
okay. So who is Damilola? Because you're always mentioning your name. Damilola cannot make it bad. Damilola, you want to make Gary, you're pouring palm oil. Because you said you make your content from real life events that happen to you. So who is Damilola? Your sister or who is she? She's always in your lips.
Damilola is an imaginary name.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's a common.
Yeah.
It's a common name. Though I have a friend that bears Damilola. Yes. When we were in school then. No, I started making skits with Damilola when I was 7. Yes, I can remember. When I was 7. So I had a friend that bears Damilola. So the first time that I made use of that name, even if I wanted to mention another name, people will not like it. I should keep using that. Please, Ejomo Walori meeting.
All right, so we are still having a conversation around how to stay relevant as a content creator. We are still speaking with Guru Sekiti. I hope I'm pronouncing it well. Now, God's Beauty, if there's something that stood out for me, is the fact that it started unconsciously. I took a training this year and they were teaching us how, okay, now that you're done with this training, go into the market and show the world what we've just taught you. And I told myself, and I told them at the meet, okay, we graduated recently, like it's a week or 2 weeks ago. And I mentioned there that I want to enter a field accidentally. Yes, I already have a career path I'm trying to nurture. I like to enter this new career that I just learned accidentally. I don't want to like start, be intentional about starting, open a page, okay, this by this. I feel like when you enter a career accidentally, it booms, it makes sense, it comes natural. What do you think about it?
Accidentally. But the truth is, for you to enter a career path accidentally and you start striving, it shows that there's actually a bit of intentionality in it. Take it or leave it.
I guess our guest is back. Our guest is back now. Hi, we can hear you. Over to you now. Thank you. Yes, you were saying something.
Okay, my
Damilola.
Did you ask?
Yes, you were talking
Okay,
about your Damilola colleague as a core member.
I had a friend that based Damilola then. So even if I try to use another name, people will be like, just keep using that your Damilola. It fits whatever you say with it. I should keep using Damilola. So I just noticed that everybody that bears Damilola, they will start following me and comment under whichever post that I make about Damilola. So since then, I don't think there's any other name or character that I can use than that Damilola. So it's not like there is a particular person that I talk about, Abi, that I'm trying to insult with my comedy skits. No, it's just an imaginary name that I made up from my head.
All right, so lovely. Thank you for joining us today. So I am curious to know who a content creator is. Given that everybody on Instagram, everybody on TikTok is now bearing the name content creator. Now, if you okay, I was watching, there's this Hunt game show I watch a lot, right? And for every time anybody is asked, oh, how are you? What's your name? What do you do? The next thing the person is saying is, oh, my name is XYZ. I am a content creator. And I'm like, it just begs the question, is it that once you start dancing on social media, you become a content creator? Once you know how to cook, you become a content creator? Once you're just putting anything out there, is there not probably a line to it? Or I would like to just hear your thoughts on who a content creator is.
Okay, to my own understanding, what I know about content creators is, like you said, it's not just skit makers alone that can be called content creators. Someone that makes perfect, maybe in a different dimension. Even tailors. There are some tailors that the way they make their own this thing, the way they make they sew their own clothes, could be different from another person. The way they create something, when you are being innovative from what you are doing, creativity. I don't think you understand what I'm trying to say.
I do.
We do.
Are you getting me?
I do.
Yes,
I'm getting
yes.
100%.
Okay, so what I understand about content creating is that if you can, create something if you are being creative from what you do, even if you are even if you sell biscuits, or you make, even if you're a baker, you're an actor, you are a comedian, if you are being creative from whatever you do, that makes you a content creator.
Content creator.
Content creating is different from acting. You can go to school and study theater and arts and become an actor. But you see, content creating is talent. It's not what you learn or go to someone and say, please, I want to start creating content. How can you teach me how to create content? No, I don't think you can teach someone how to create content unless that part of that person already.
Has it.
You have the talent already. So, and the way you create your stuff, nobody can create it the way you create your own content. Nobody else can, because it's your talent.
Interesting. So now you're known for indigenous content creating. I mean, you oftentimes speak Yoruba or a bit of Ekiti dialect while creating content. How were you able to identify and understand your targeted audience, and what strategies do you use to keep your audience engaged and wanting to come back for more? Because social media, you understand that social media is filled with people with diverse culture, people in and out of Nigeria. Igbos are on content, are on social media, Hausas are on social media, but you use Yoruba and you also use Ekiti dialect. How do you carve a niche for yourself and understood rather your targeted audience?
Okay, firstly, when I started, I used pure Ekiti dialect.
Oh, wow.
So I noticed that my followers and engagement, it was just within Ekiti alone. So that was when I introduced Yoruba. But the way I speak my Yoruba, it is obvious that this person is not from Lagos, not from Ibadan. That person, this person is definitely from Ilu Okere, place like Ekiti or Ondo. You know, whenever an Ondo man, Ibesha man, the person speak Yoruba, it will be obvious from where they speak their own Yoruba that this person is from that side. So that's people, my audience, they used to tell me that it's because of the way you speak your own Yoruba. That is why we love what you are doing.
Interesting.
That is why we love your content. So if you noticed, the way I speak my Yoruba is different from other content creators. So that is what my audience love. Whenever I try to use English like this, they will say they don't want English. That everybody cannot be using English in this comedy, can I say comedy industry or content creators industry? That no be everybody could use English, pidgin. The way I do my own, that's what makes it unique. Then, you know, my own content creation, I create content from reality. You know, someone might come to my comment section, it's just as if you are talking directly to me. Like there is this comedy I made about this content I made about people that call themselves introverts. So an introvert in Abi, introvert in Abi o ti jẹ gbèsè tí àwọn provision shop àdúgbò ẹ ló jẹ kó sí ẹ mọ́lé tí ò yẹ kó jáde. So some people will now come to my comment section and say, Kuku talk to me directly now. It's just as if you are referring to me. So stuff like that. When you create content from reality, something that is, you know, trending at that moment, you see that people, even without asking anybody to repost your content, if I post some of my contents on WhatsApp like this, we will be like, please send me. Please send me. It's just as if you are talking to me. So stuff like that, it makes you more relevant.
Interesting. We understand that you said stuff like that makes you more relevant. And to be honest, I'm from Ondo State, and I feel like you shot a gun at me. I mean, you just mentioned that our Yoruba is very bad. When you hear first bunk, you know that, okay, this person is from Ondo. When you hear mon, you know that the person is automatically from Ondo or Ekiti, which is very fine. So let's talk about something different. Literally everybody right now has low attention span. They can barely, if you are not making me laugh in the first 10 seconds or first 30 seconds, I'm tuning off. That's why I, as a person, I don't want to mention skit makers right now, content creators. I don't enjoy their content because it's always very long. I mean, everything you want to do should be less than 1 minute or maybe 2 minutes at most. Don't shoot an entire 4 minutes, already giving docu story, it's already giving something else. How do you ensure that your content is, because we are still talking about how to stay relevant as a content creator, and staying relevant is not just coming once a week to post content, because you might even be posting content every day, but people are not liking because you are not catching, their attention span is low, and whatever you're saying to them is not catchy enough. So how do you ensure that you capture and hold the audience's attention? Because I've seen your voice notes, your voiceovers. I mean, it has gone farther than you think it has. I've seen Chef use it, Damilola days, Kineko days, and I enjoy watching. I think the voiceover will even make me watch that cooking show for that time. So how do you ensure that you keep, how do you put all of this together?
Okay, this question you're asking is about how do I make sure keep that relationship? I don't understand your question.
How do you ensure that you keep the attention of your audience? Like when they get to your page, or maybe when they stumble on your post, they want to watch it to the end. People right now, if it's not fun in the first 1 or 2 minutes, one or 10 or 15 seconds, they want to tune off.
How can I explain this? So, okay. There's this skit I made about Damilola recently that, hello Damilola, mo sọ pé kó dúró dè mí ní Chicken Republic junction. Ó wá lọ wọnú Chicken Republic. Jáde síta over dágbèsè sí mi lọ́rùn ni. When I mentioned Chicken Republic, something about food.
Yeah.
It will catch all these food vendors' attention. There's this one that I posted yesterday that about Owe. There are some Owe Yoruba proverbs that does not really work nowadays. The one that I posted yesterday about this Owe that Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ká jẹ oúnjẹ ọ̀tá, and I said ọ̀tá ló máa ń dín chicken yìí. I mentioned chicken. Definitely. People that are selling food, that are selling chicken, they will use that voice. So that is why I say when you create your content from reality, from stuff that are trending, people will keep coming to your page. Even I had like 2 big celebrities that followed me yesterday through this same reel that I'm talking about, this same video that I made yesterday, that I posted yesterday. 2 big celebrities, they followed my Instagram account yesterday. So last year, December, during that Christmas period, if you can remember, I made a skit about this thing. Jason Christie ló ń ṣe birthday. Ìwọ ló ń wá wíìgì àtàṣọ tó ń kiri lọ́tún lósì. People really like. I had about 8,000 or 8,000 plus duets. People created like 8,000 plus duets without that my sound, because it was during Christmas. So people would definitely want to, hear something about that Christmas. Some people that some people that does not have money, going through something during that December period, they will want to, something that can cheer them up.
Yeah.
That is why we content creators, we are really trying in this country. If not because of content creators, if not because of comedians, oh my God. A lot would have happened with all this Nigerian situation, all this that is going on. Have I answered your question?
Yes, I think you have, but we have to go on a quick break. I'm so sorry to hold your thoughts, God's beauty. We go on a quick break right now. We'll be back in a bit. Please be on standby. We'll be right back shortly. Glad to have you back. You're still on to Waste Breakfast, hashtag what are you saying? And we are still having a conversation how to stay relevant as a content creator with Goroso Ekiti, an indigenous content creator. And Godspeed, before I bust it, should I say bust now? Because I didn't cut into your stream of thoughts, please. You wanted to say something.
Okay, so are you there? I wanted to. I hear him when he says that one of the ways to stay relevant or keep staying relevant as a content creator. All right, thank you. So I hear you when you say that one of the ways to stay relevant or keep staying relevant as a content creator is by following the trends, right? But now, I feel like your kind of content creating is quite different from others, right? And there are other people that when they start following the trends or when they start following what's going on, give an example, Vicky James. Now, you would understand, first of all, that anything that has to do with relationship sells. Do you know she has actually answered? Okay, let's not even go into that. But anything that has to do with relationship, once you post your relationship there, people, you have more followers and all of those things. And everybody knows Vicky James to be a fashion designer and anything that has to do with sewing and clothing, right? But now, why are you doing the whole cooking thing? And I feel like all of these things that they do, all of this trying to make sure that they are diversify and put their hands on so many things is for them to be able to get more audience and more people, right? But somehow we kind of now forget the things they were like doing initially, and that's why I give the example of Vicky James here. I mean, we had that conversation earlier enough that you see that she has left the whole what's the name now? Like the fashion thing that she does. She only does it once in a while. But now she now moved to get ready with me kind of thing. She now moved to cooking. She now moved to singing. Even though we already know that she sings. But I mean, focus on why you're actually here on social media. So I want to ask now, how do they balance it? Why you are trying as much as possible to go in line with what brought you up, what made you famous and all of that. And at the same time, you're trying to make sure that you don't lose out of audience, or I will make sure that you are also engaging your viewers.
Okay. You know me from start. I'm a comedian, a skit maker. So I try to touch everything. Even not all my skits talk about food alone. Some might talk about public transport, about the Nigerian road, about Nigerian police, about the politicians. So there's nothing wrong in trying to be dynamic in what you do. Like the person that you mentioned, I don't know that person. Maybe if I see any of his or her videos or something, I would recognize. But not that name, I don't know the name. So there's nothing wrong in trying to be dynamic in whatever you do. Okay, see someone like Nas Boy, yeah. Nas Boy.
Nas Boy.
Nas Boy has been
a skit maker.
Yes. You know, a musician even before he started making skits.
Yes.
People love his music because he knows how to do music. It's a part of him already.
Yeah.
That's why people gave him attention. And the music is selling. And he's still doing his content
on the side. I guess it's trying to talk about Nas Boy's content creating and musical thing. Yes, we know Nas Boy to be a musical artist before, and then he started content creating, because then when he was singing, nobody really knows about him. But when he now when he now started content creating, did content creating for a pretty long time, and people started to know him, and people knows Nas Boy very, very well. Then he now brought back his musical thing into his content creating, and he made use of his content creating thing to sell his music. I mean, if we are going to give award to the best PR for, is it this year or last year? So we are going to give it to Nas Boy. I mean, it's 2 songs. Most of us has not gone to any of these streaming apps to listen to the song once, but we can sing it. Umbrella, I think Small Money or something. So Nas Boy is like a very good example of content creator and artist mixed in one. But your question is, how do everybody, why do
How
people
do they
end
balance it? No, it's not about the why now, because I already know the why. You're trying as much as possible to stay relevant. You're trying as much as possible for people not to, forget you and all of those things. And that's what you keep doing. See, why do you think some of these content creators are controversial? Because so they keep staying there, even when you know that. Okay, I'll use the Blessing CEO for example. I know many people that feel like,
I guess it's back.
Okay.
We had a bit of network glitches. Goro Sekiti, are you back with us now?
Yes.
All right, thank you. You were saying something. All right, so you were saying something, Godspeedy.
oh yeah. So I was giving the example of Blessing CEO, yeah.
All right.
So if you've seen her like trajectory, like if you've seen her grow, I've been following Blessing CEO for like how many years now, and I can actually tell that this babe is actually someone with brains. Do you understand? It's not like she doesn't know what she's doing. Most times she comes online and she just dance more, and with her, thank God for her BBL. I literally knew her even before she started doing BBL, right? So with this her BBL now, she comes and she do all of those things. Do you think she don't know? You think she don't know that some of the things that she said doesn't make any sense? Of course she does. It's just she trying as much as possible to keep being relevant. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the question is, how do we balance it? In as much as you want to stay relevant, at the same time, you also want to be able to get other places and be able to drag other audience. Because trust me when I say, if you agree with me, when Vicky started posting her boyfriend, her husband, and all of this
back.
things.
I'm so sorry.
All right.
I guess it's back. I'm so sorry. Can you hear us now? Yes, thank you. Yes, you're saying something. You were saying something the other time.
Oh, she asked the question
Yes.
about how to, how did they do it? How do they balance?
Yeah, how we can balance both staying relevant at the same time, being able to diversify so you can get more audience and engagement.
Okay. Staying relevant will bring you more followers, obviously. When you stay relevant, try to create, I'm talking from my own this thing now, as a content creator, as a comedian. So I'm using my own knowledge of content creating to answer that question. So I don't know about other people. I don't know how they do their own. But how I try to balance up my own stuff. Anyway, let me say it is by God's grace.
Okay.
Anything can make you go famous or popular nowadays. Because you can just some people can say ha, and put all this instrumental underneath it and post it online. And you see, before you know it, boom, that person has gone viral.
Yeah.
So it's now left for that person, to try and add up some other things so that he or she can stay relevant again. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I do. I was going to make reference to this man, LP71. I hope we can all remember it. LP72.
73.
So it started then during the presidential polls of last year, and it was all over. I mean, the instrumental was everywhere, but we thought it was going to be a content creator. I think he started 1 or 2 content, but then it didn't even go far at all. So I was going to talk about something. I, as a person, I'm a content creator, and I create content on the side. But for the past 2 months, I struggled between balancing my work life and my content creating life. Before, I used to have like a content calendar. I have boards, I have a lot of things I make use of. I box shoot at times, I edit. But I've been struggling between balancing my work life and balancing content creating, which has been like a major challenge to me, that I had to stop creating content at that point in time. So now, what has been like that biggest challenge so far since you've been creating content? What has been the biggest challenge so far? And then let me ask, does any of the social media app pay for views, for duets, for likes and comments? For instance, TikTok, Instagram, do they pay you if you have like 1 million likes on a picture, on a video, or maybe 1 million people used your voice? Is it like a pay or a cash out, or does any of these apps at all pay? We already know Facebook pays, but aside Facebook, what other app pays?
I only earn something from Facebook. But TikTok, maybe whenever I go live and people gift me, that's how I do make some money from TikTok. Any other social media page, I don't earn stuff from them yet. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay. But why is
Yeah.
that though? Because it feels as if the only thing is just what do they call it? My apologies. Collaborations or advertising for. Because I went through your page and I saw that you advertised for a couple brands or so. Is that the only way to make money from content creating? Because content creating is pretty hard. Shooting the film, shooting the video, trying to edit it, put sound, ensure that everything is fine, ensure that you are posting in 4K,
Still follow the rules
still
of
follow
the
the
social media
rules of
platforms
social media
again.
platforms. How do you sustain all of this? And then where is now the gain? Where's now the gain?
I make my earnings from adverts, like the one you talked about now. Adverts, birthday shoutouts, and I even do MC.
Oh, okay.
I do MC. So there are different ways like that I used to, earn something, try to survive. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure all these things out.
Okay, so I would want to hear your opinion or your thoughts on the future trends for content creators and how can content creator grow to be better. I mean, look at the whole monetization thing we're speaking about. Only you one will buy iPhone. Let me start from someone that now have money now. Only you one will buy iPhone. Only you want to buy data, only you want to buy tripod, you go buy lights and all of those things. Then you only by yourself, for yourself, with yourself, you still have to learn again the ways of how to even post on social media because they have times for it, right? Then you would, like you yourself, you still have to know the kind of content you have to put out there. Something positive, something entertaining, something that will make somebody stay in less than 2 seconds. Once I see, I know that, I want to stay here. After all of these things, then you just get only likes, you get bashed because definitely some people will come for you and all of those things. So what's the future for content creator and what do you think the content creators should work on?
Okay. Content creators, like I said before, whenever you are creating something to catch people attention, make sure it's something that is relatable. Make sure that you are creating something from something that is relatable, something that is trending. Then your question again.
Okay, we are finally wrapping up. So what advice would you like to give to aspiring content creators to build and maintain their relevance in this crowded content creating space?
Okay, so aspiring content creators, I will advise you to create relatable contents, and maybe whenever don't try to copy anybody. Make sure you stand out kind of different because people give attention to something new, something different from others. So that is why it's like my own way of creating content is kind of unique from others. The Yoruba that I speak, the Ekiti that I use, the way I always stay inside car to make my comedy, my contents. So it's quite different from others. Me, I make use of my phone. I don't need camera. I don't need a boom mic or any other thing. I don't even need to, act or write scripts. I don't write scripts. Some content creators, they have to draft out scripts before they can do whatever they want to do. So make sure that what you are doing is different from others. And then whatever you are doing that you are getting encouragement from your audience, make sure you keep doing that thing. Make sure you keep exactly that thing. Many people will come and advise you against something. Some will even come again and tell you that you should keep doing that same thing. So that same thing that made you popular. Don't ever forget it. It's your trademark. Abi, what do they call it?
Yeah, your signature. Thank you very much, Guru Sekite, for talking to us this morning. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. We really appreciate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, and that's it on today's episode. Do join us again tomorrow. Till then, do enjoy the rest of your day. But before we go, ensure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Official Upgrade TV. You can interact with us further, drop a comment, and most importantly, follow all our social media pages. God's Beauty, thank you very much for today.
Thank you very much.
Please join us again tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. In the meantime, stay sharp.